Welcome to Cheddar Home, the intersection of smart homes and smart living. Brought to you by Residio, Smart Home Simplified. I'm Baker Machado, and you're watching Cheddar's new show about millennial living. This is the show where we dive into all the topics that have to do with the home industry. And we're covering everything from tiny home living to big renovation dreams. So come for the host, but stay for the show, because you're definitely going to learn a ton. Let's go over to my co-host, B. Copeland. She's got a lot more right now.
Have you ever broken something you love and had to throw it away because you had no idea how to fix it? Well, those days are over because today's guest is the founder of an incredible company called Fixup. They literally fix your things. Sandra, you're a hero. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's talk about Fixup.
Well, I was home on maternity leave a few years ago and a bunch of stuff broke in my house and I got really frustrated. It was very simple. I thought I wanted to keep my stuff, and it seemed crazy that there was nowhere to go to get it fixed. And I had a newborn, so I wasn't going to fix it myself. I started my career as a theatrical designer, and I realized that at work, backstage, we fix things all the time, that it is possible to fix these things. And I wondered if other people felt the same way, if they were frustrated. We started by opening a very small shop in Inwood, Manhattan, where we live, just to see what would happen if people would show up. And they did.
Wow, and you say we. Who kind of went into this endeavor with you?
My husband, Michael Banta, and I are co-founders of the company, and we also started with a small group of fellow theater artists, some students from Barnard, where I teach, and a lot of people in the neighborhood pitched in that first one as well.
What is the goal of Fixup?
Our long-term goal is to reintroduce repair into the modern economy. My dream is that we will see in the corner of every Walmart, Home Depot, IKEA, Target, a little service center, a place where you can, again, get your stuff fixed.
So people are showing up with something, say like this lamp, for example, and dropping it off to get it fixed?
Yeah, people show up with all kinds of stuff. They come, we got a lot of lamps, a lot of small furniture, a lot of appliances, a lot of jewelry. Those are kind of the big four. But we also get a lot of weird stuff.
What's like the weirdest?
There is currently a three-way tie between a polyester therapy tunnel, which
I don't know what that is.
Exactly. A big plastic wall ladle. It's like a decorative plastic ladle. It was huge and broken. And a chi revitalizer. Also.
A chi revitalizer.
Yes, it's a little machine that shakes your legs and revitalizes your energy.
Your energy chi. Got it. Wow. Okay, I've never even seen any of those in real life.
Exactly.
Let alone would I know how to fix them. And what's the price point? How do you decide what this
That was
costs?
very hard in the beginning because really, like, there are no comparables, as you can imagine,
to fix your
for a chi revitalizer, or even worse, the therapy tunnel. So we did a little bit of trial and error of figuring out how long it takes us to fix things and a little bit of what will the market bear. And we've come up with a pretty comprehensive pricing system that works for us and applies to a whole really wide range of things.
What have you learned about dealing with people and their things?
A lot. In the beginning, I thought we would be getting a lot of, antiques, or, we fixed a woman's mother's wedding album. Clearly sentimental, obvious why you would want to keep it. But we fixed the vast majority of things that we get have no clear financial value, and to the outside eye, no clear sentimental value as well. But people are emotionally attached to them, like black plastic window fans or toasters. And I think it's because of that narrative of their life. It fits into their day, into their story of who they are, and when it breaks, it disrupts the flow, and they don't like it.
So it's almost like things that have a clear utilitarian use, we are assigning more of a value to.
I think as individuals, we assign that value, and what's interesting is that as a society, economically, we don't assign any value to those items.
Right.
People will say to me, oh, but what's the resale value of that toaster, to compare that to the repair price? But that's not actually the price point that is determining what the person will spend. They're not going to sell the toaster. They want to spend money so that that toaster can continue to operate within their life and within their story of themselves.
How do we have a better relationship with our stuff, or how can we be better consumers?
Well, I think for the individual, there are some very simple, concrete things you can do. The first is to try to buy used whenever you can. We have to begin to close that loop locally, and buying used stuff is one of the easiest ways to cut your footprint. The second thing is, if you have to buy new, to buy responsibly, to think about where it's made, who made it, and how. And then once you've got something, to take care of it. Get it fixed, love it, and pass it on to the next person.
That's great. To simply donate your old things, that's not enough, really.
Donating is great, and it's an important first step, but if we're all buying new things and donating our used things, it's still a linear model. It's like recycling. If we're not making anything out of the recycled materials, if there's no local markets, it's not going to work. So after donating your used stuff, the best thing is to go buy someone else's used stuff.
Yeah. What do you think needs to change in order for us to have a healthier consumption relationship?
I think there's two parts. I think there's the individual and then the kind of economic or social. And I'll start with the economic. I think economically we need to begin to develop systems where we harness the value of things we already have. It's very simple. Where we service items, where resell and reuse becomes a mainstream part of our culture of consumption, our economy of consumption. And I think we need to do that for really obvious environmental reasons. But I think there are social reasons as well. So on an individual level, I think that people are not happy with their relationship with their stuff. I think we have come to realize that with food, for example, what you put in your mouth is going to affect your body, your health, your happiness. And it's actually true with the things we bring into our homes. And if that relationship is messed up or unhealthy, it doesn't feel good. So I think individuals can begin to change that pattern for themselves as well.
So how do people get in touch with you? How do they bring their stuff to be fixed by Fixup?
They can check our website, fixuprepair.com, and our next event will be this spring in May, and it should be a fun one.
Wow, so you'll have a little tent, or?
We're not sure where we'll be yet, but
Okay.
we'll have we do pop-up shops. They're short-term shops.
Great.
So people can find us, and in the past we've been in 3 boroughs all over the city.
Wow, so everyone's got to check your website for the upcoming dates. Well, Sandra, you are a Renaissance woman, a fixer of all things. Thank you so much for coming down and sharing all of your secrets.
Thank you.